Good morning, crafty peeps. Well, it's kind of a cruddy day here in Texas. So, let me kind of fix this here. So, what are we going to do today? So, today is our 4th December Craftology box tutorial. And the other day, on my live show on Facebook, I made a shadow box, okay? And it was like a square. So this time I'm going to do a round one, or at least I'm going to attempt to, because I've never made one before. So I'm really hoping this is going to work. And if not, obviously you won't see this video. If it does, you are going to see this. So let me show you what I am using first. Okay. So the first thing I'm using is a Spellbinders Nestabilities die, and this one is Essence and Sam 4-114. Okay, so this is your smaller, or it says they're standard circles. I guess they look pretty standard to me. So this circle, you could probably cut these out on your Cricut if you have one. Sorry, I apologize. I'm looking for a ruler so I can get the measurements for you. So this one is almost 4 inches in diameter. It looks like 3 7/8, which is interesting. And this one is 3 3/8. No, I'm sorry, 3 3/8. My bad. Okay, so basically what I did is I got some really lightweight chipboard. You could use a cereal box or anything like that. Oatmeal box, I mean, whatever you can come up with. So I did a chipboard round one on the largest one, and ignore that. That was a boo-boo. I made too many. Then I did the 2 circles together, and I've shown this before. What I do is I place them on my chipboard, line them up really well, and then I use cheap washi tape so that it doesn't rip my paper. And I tape it, and then of course I run it through my machine. Okay, so if you have a big kick or whatever you used, that's perfect. So then you come out with this. Well, then I wanted to cover these up, which will also make them sturdier. Okay, so I'm going to do the one on my back first. And of course I'm going to get out my art glitter glue, which I have tucked away in my drawer because it's getting cold out. And I just didn't want to take any risks of it turning into cottage cheese, as they say. So this Tamara sells in her store, Country Craft Creations. Although you probably already know this if you watch my channel a lot. But for those who are new, I'm just throwing it out there. Okay, so then I'm just putting it on the back first, because I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to attempt this, okay? So then I'm going to set it aside, which it only takes a couple minutes to dry. In the meantime, I want to figure out what is going to be the depth of my little shadow box. And I'm thinking maybe an inch seems too much, right? Maybe, well, let's do 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to get out my chipboard. And again, you have to use a really thin one, because you want it to shred. So this is actually from a 12 by 12, but I only need the length, okay? So I'm going to get out my dolly cutter that Tamara gave to me, and I just love it. Okay, hold on. Let me get this little piece out under here. Okay. Let me cut on the side I have not cut on yet. So I'm going to measure at, so this is 1. I think that this is 3/4. It's really hard for me to see. You know what? Let me get my smaller one out for this little cut, because I can't really see well. So that's just me, though. I'm blind as a bat. So I'm going to do 3/4. See, on the other one I would have done 7/8, and that would have been wrong. So here we go. And hopefully this is going to be long enough. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. My friend stopped by. So I have my 3/4 inch strip, and I'm just going to put that up. And then I'm going to, let me see, we need about 1/4 inch in between each. So that would be about 1 1/8. So let's, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and actually get my line here. So I'm going to go at 1/4 inch all the way down. And then, actually, I need a bigger piece of paper. That's crazy. I don't think I have a 12 by 12 in black. Okay, so I apologize for that. Let me line that up. And then I need another 1/4 inch, so 1 1/8. Okay, I'm going to do it at 1 inch. Let me see here. I can't really tell any more lighting in here. It's so dark and cruddy out today. Okay. I messed that up. I really needed it. Okay, so we're going to do it at 1/4 inch. And then I'm going to do it at, I'm going to score at 1 inch. And I guess that 1 1/4. Okay, so then I'm going to cut it at the 1 1/4 inch. Okay, so now that leaves me like a little area that I can, I'm going to fold this up on my score lines, and then I'm going to burnish it in. And I'm hoping that this is enough space here. And then I'm going to cut another 3 1/4 inch strip to go on the top so that I don't have that dark, you know, so that the chipboard isn't showing on the inside of my project. So let me do that real quick. Okay. I can toss that little piece aside. And hopefully this is going to be enough. I may need to add some more on here. If you have 12 by 12 piece of paper, this is going to be a lot easier. It's just I don't have that. So I'm going to put my top strip on first. Let me get out my little Score Pal mat. And I'm going to go ahead and apply my glue. Oops, I just realized it's so dark in here. Give me 1 second. That's better. Okay, gotta get my lamp in here. So gloomy out here. So I'm looking for my little pin. What did I do with it? There it is. And I just kind of reopen that a little bit. Oops. And I'm just going to kind of like squiggle it on here. Oops, wow. I'm a hot mess every morning, it seems as though lately. I want to go ahead and put that on there. And don't worry if you get glue on here, it dries clear. So I'm going to burnish that in. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to flatten that out a little bit, and I'm going to do the same thing here. Oops. Making a little mess there. I'm trying to make sure I apply enough glue that I don't get any lifting. I'm going to flip it over and burnish that in. Okay, I'm going to wipe off that excess glue real quick. And then I'm going to start probably about every 1/4 inch. I'm going to make like a little cut to that line. So that it wraps around really smoothly. Same thing on the other side. Now I'm going to plug in my glue gun real quick because I forgot to do that this morning, because I may have to use my glue gun because I'm going to have to move pretty quickly. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to try to use score tape, but I really want it to be secure. So, and with our humidity that's going on here in Texas right now, because we've had a lot of rain in the last few days, I want to make sure that this is going to work. Okay. We're almost there. And I'm praying to God that this is going to work, guys. Okay, so now I'm going to grab something, and this is perfect. This is round. So I want to start working my little, hold on, maybe it might help if I put this on here so I don't squirt out any glue on accident. Kind of round this up a little bit. Just to get it going. Now I could do this. I could have this as my inside. I might do that and then have this on the outside. That may work a little bit better. Well, now let's see if the score tape is going to work. So now what was my outside, I'm turning it into my inside because I think that I can get this to be a little bit better if I do it this way. And the reason why I'm using tape is because the glue gun is thick glue sometimes, and I'm not wanting any bulk on the back. And since I have to work quickly, I feel like, and I'm going to burnish this in, sorry, I just feel like dark glitter glue may not work fast enough for me. Okay. Yep, I just realized that this is not long enough for my black paper here. So I'm going to put this aside real quick. I'm going to add a little bit more. So it is better to use the other, the 12 by 12 paper. I can only say that is a truth. Oops. All right, let's see if this is, let me measure it up on this one that doesn't have tape on it. Okay, so I do need a little bit more of this. I'm going to put this aside again. I shouldn't have taken my tape off. Ugh. Okay, so I need just a little bit more. Let me go ahead and do my 1/4 inch. I'll probably fast forward through this part because obviously it was my mistake. At the 1 inch. Okay, I'm back. So yes, for this particular circle, for this largest one, you definitely need a 12 by 12. I went ahead and fixed that. Yikes. I apologize. I meant to do it this way. Y'all are like, what? You're doing it wrong, Cam. Okay. I think I may just try to like temporarily get it around and put down some of them and some of them not exactly because I'm going to have to shape it. This is a little tricky, but if you don't want to have to buy your own wooden shadow box, I think that this is a perfect little way to do that. Okay, and in this one, okay, now I can go ahead and apply a little bit of glue gun or hot glue, not glue gun, hot glue on the ones that are coming up. I'm not sticking. I'm probably, and I love this glue gun because now I can get in here and apply a little strip of glue right there. Okay. Now I can push the other down. That's the only thing about glue gun. So I can either go around it again with another, black strip, or, I can do whatever. Now for this one, I'm going to go ahead and I have 2 of these again. I made 2 so that I could go on the front and the back. You probably don't even need to go on the back side because I don't think they're going to see it. But just in case, I've got it anyway. I'm just applying enough glue to get it on there. Then I'll do the same thing on this side. And then now with my black distress ink, I can go around the edges and get rid of that line there, or you could take a marker, a black marker if you have one. That might work, but I think the distress ink works pretty good. So I'm going to do that real quick. I'm going to burnish this all in, make sure it's all on there. Do the other side, get out any excess glue that may be floating around. Rub my finger on the inside and outside of the ring to get the excess glue off. And then I am going to find my black ink. And I've got a little sponge here. Oops. See how good that does it? Like it's that fast. And this is why I like this. Of course, I'm getting more on me than I am on it. That's okay. Okay, so now I think it's probably a good time, and I can go ahead and ink this up too. That way I don't even have to do an additional piece around it. But that's up to you. This black's pretty good, darn it. Look at that. I might even just go ahead and do it around the whole thing, but I'm going to wait because it's wet right now and I need to work with it. Okay, so now I can go ahead and let me make sure all my little edges are down. So I'm going to go ahead. This is what I love about the art glitter glue tip, is that I can go ahead and get in between these. Anything that's not down, I can make it go down. And then I can go ahead and do this really quick. Oops, there we go, real fast. Don't burn yourself. And voila, look at that. Now I can decorate the inside of my box. I'm just going to lift these back out a little bit so that I can do the inside of my decoration. So now I'm going to decide on what I'm going to do. I definitely want a background. So I'm going to go through my papers and then I will be back once I've decided what I'm going to put in here. I've decided, well, I've decided on this paper first of all. So this is the dress pattern paper that's in your 6x6. That's in the extended kit. But you don't have to use that. If you have the 12x12, you could use the same thing or whatever you want to use. My daughter's room, she wants to do black and white New York theme. So I'm trying to stick with black and white. It's very hard for me because I love color. So I'm going to get my We Are Memories Keeper punch, and I'm going to punch some holes in here. I've set mine at this half ticker right there, and I'm just trying to guesstimate about how far. Maybe I should draw it out first. Where's my little chalk? Okay, so if I do it about here, wait. Now yours is going to be all solid. It's not going to be as bumpy as mine, I can tell you that. I'm trying to think about where I think it should hang, okay? And because I want to hang it up. So I think that this might work. So I'm just kind of centering it, just making a guesstimation of where I'm going to punch my hole at. And then I'm going to go ahead and, oops, wrong one. Wait, no, that's the right one. I need to move it back just a little bit, just to make sure I can see where I'm punching at. Okay, and then, there we go. I'm not going to put, well, you could. That might just look better, but I don't think I have any large eyelets. But now I have it set for where I'm going to put my seam binding ribbon, and I'm going to use my black seam binding ribbon. And I'm just going to actually cut off that little frayed edge there so it's easier to work with. I'm just going to twist it. And work it in the hole. Now, if you have like large beads or anything you want to do, this would probably be the time to do that now. And I'm going to go ahead and knot it. And it looks like I need to knot it again. Probably the eyelets would work, but I don't have large eyelets. And I needed the large punch in order for this to fit through. Oops. I'm not doing this very well today. Then I can cut off that, make it real tight, and I'm going to cut off that excess little bit there. What I like about the black is that you can't really see it. So I'm going to think about how much do I want to do here. And this looks about right. An eyelet there would be really much more professional and prettier, but well, we're going to do it what we got to do. Okay. I had to make mine a little bit longer because I wanted to make sure I had enough to double knot it. Okay. Somehow I got that little string stuck in there. Then again, I'm going to snip that off. And if that's driving you crazy, you could, you know, glue that down in there. But for me, I'm okay with it. And also, if you have large beads, you could add those to this before you even tied it. But let me see. Let me look. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So I did decide that I was going to go ahead and add some ribbon and some beads. So I've already done one side, and you obviously will not make this mistake. So if you are going to add beads, I would use the smaller hole on your We Are Memories keeper to do that. Hole punch is what it is. And then I'm using, I don't really know what this one is called, but it has like a little hook at the end of it, and then a split jump ring, okay? And then my beads. So in order for me to get mine to work, I got my little pliers, and I turned this sideways. You would not have to do this normally, but since I messed up, I have to. Because I didn't have a large eyelet and I could have made this hole smaller. So now I'm just trying to push this through the hole, and then I'm going to use this one to cover up my hole. And then I'm going to start adding my little beads on here, and I hope y'all can kind of see what I'm doing. Let me see if I can zoom in. No, it won't let me zoom in any more than that. Good grief. Okay. Then it's easier for me to, when I'm twisting it, to snip off my excess here. And then I'm just going to take my little round nose pliers and turn it around and then squeeze it closed, okay? Then I can take my split jump ring, open that up, slide it on here, and then push it closed. Well, actually, I'm going to have to twist it closed. There we go. Which almost works every time. Then I'm going to take my excess beads and put that up real quick. Okay. Now I can take my ribbon, which I think I've made this one a little bit too short now, but I'm about to find out. Let's see here. Because I do want to do a bow at the top. It might work. Let me see if I can get this to look pretty. I don't know. I'll just do a little knot there. And then snip off my little excess. And then do the same thing on this side. I know this is looking crazy right now, but we can always fix boo-boos. And I'm just going to do another little slip knot. I'm not sure how much I like that, but we're going to make this work. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and put this in the middle here. But first I want to see where approximately I want it. And that looks good. Pop that back out. Get my glue. then I'm going to slide it back in there. Oops. Turn it around real quickly. And I'm going to center it in there. And that looks good. Sorry, I got some paper junk in there. Okay, so I'm just going to take this and burnish it in. And then I've already pretty much decided which stickers I want to use. Oops. And I'm thinking this one is really cute because it goes with a black and white theme. Yeah, that looks real cute. Okay, so I'm going to pop this up, or attempt to. Let's see. Let me get some double-sided sticky tape. It's the foam tape, excuse me. There we go. Let me snip off a couple pieces here. Do one down there, one there, and then a skinnier one, oops, at the top. Burnish that in a little bit. And peel the back. And then I like to put a little bit of my glue here so that I have a chance to move it around real fast if needed. That looks so cute. Okay, let's see what else we can put in here. Girl should be two things, classy and fabulous. Oh, I like that. Yes. Okay. And then I'm going to cut off some more to pop that up. Let me see here. I'm just going to do that one at the top because it's going to lay on top of that and so it'll stick. Then again, I'm going to do the same thing. Apply a little bit of glue there. And then maybe we could put in the shoes. I'm not sure. Let's see here. Maybe the lipstick. That's cute. Let's pop that up. So I need a little bit for that one. So much easier for me to get it off with this. I don't know why that is, but it works. Okay. Don't stick there. Maybe one more thing. Let's see. Should we do the purse? No, that kind of covers up. There we go. We can do the purse. We can do this. We got it. One more thing. And put that up. Apologize for my crazy mess on my desk, but I wouldn't be a crafter if my desk wasn't messy. Okay. And this one, I want to move it where you can still see the Coco Chanel and the Fabulous. Oh my goodness, I'm learning this. Okay. Let me move my stickers out of the way and we are almost done. I'm going to go ahead and press these back down. Okay. Now, if anything looks like it's too long, go ahead and snip those now before you actually glue it on here. So let me just try this again. Some of these over here look kind of long, so let me get those out of the way. Okay. So you have two options. You can use your glue gun, which, you know, you're going to have to do a lot of bending and moving this around. And I'm not sure if you want to do that. Or you can use your score tape on the back of this. I think for me, I'm going to try the glue gun. I'm going to try to work it fast. And just don't burn yourself, ladies. Problem with the glue gun is, though, is that it drips. Okay. Yep, I gotta work super uber fast. And before these really get hard, I'm taking my tweezers and pulling those out. Give me 1 second. Okay, so overall, which I'm going to put in there for you, I would not use your glue gun for this part because it gets really messy and then you got to use your heat gun to clean it all up. I would just stick with the score tape. Or if you have patience, you know, and you want to hold it down each step of the way, you could use your art glitter glue. But I like how it turned out. I'm happy with it. I did add some flowers from my stash, but I really think it's kind of cute. I did add some little bows that I made with my Zetter bow it all. And hopefully y'all like what I came up with too. It definitely worked as a shadow box, that's for sure. And like I said, next time I would not use my glue gun because it makes this a little too thick around here. But definitely it's a sweet and cute project. I hope you all have a wonderful and fabulous day. And I cannot wait to see what y'all create. Bye, y'all.